Hello, everyone. This is Cherie. I'm here today with some wonderful actors, and they are helping do a table read for Dumpster Donna. And this is the first time we're doing it. We have not rehearsed, but we just want everyone to see this and enjoy. Sit back and action.
Dumpster Donna, a Model Citizen by Cherie. Exterior Silicon Valley suburb day. An early morning garbage truck picks up trash from an upscale Silicon Valley suburb. Interior Donna's bedroom day. Donna Derringer, an 18-year-old with a pretty face, lies underneath mounds of blankets in a deep sleep. The noise from the approaching truck awakens her. Panicked, Donna jumps out of bed, revealing a baby doll nightie that barely conceals her overweight body. Donna stumbles around her bedroom, looking underneath papers scattered around the floor. Finally, she picks up a graduation cap, revealing an empty bottle of cheap champagne underneath. Donna grabs a high school newspaper with a graduation headline and hastily wraps the bottle inside it. Interior Derringer house hallway day. Donna quietly slips outside her bedroom into the hallway, but as she closes the door, the champagne bottle slides out of the newspaper. Donna tries to catch it, but it falls to the floor. Donna watches in horror as the bottle rolls to a stop in front of her parents' open bedroom door. Donald and Shauna Derringer shift in bed, awakened by the noise, but still half asleep.
We take out the trash last night.
Donna said she'd do it.
They both roll into different positions and fall back to sleep. Donna tiptoes over to the bottle, grabs it, and runs away before she can be discovered. Exterior Derringer house day. Donna scrambles out of her house as the garbage truck edges closer. Donna runs around the corner where 3 waste bins are stationed. Black, non-recyclable, blue, recyclable, and green, garden. She throws the paper-wrapped bottle into the already full black bin. She hastily wheels it away, causing the blue bin to fall to the ground, exposing its empty insides. Donna races the garbage bin to the curb, just as the garbage truck pulls up. She realizes she's still in her nightie and scampers up the sidewalk, too late. Wolf whistle from one of the sanitation engineers inside the truck. Donna turns around defiantly and stares at the 2 men. The men stare back and snicker.
Why don't you take a picture? It lasts longer.
Donna strikes a cheesecake pose. The men laugh as the truck's arm picks up the just put out bin and dumps its contents in the back.
No, really, take a picture.
Donna positions herself into a different cheesecake pose. The garbage men raise their eyebrows. They look at each other, shrug. The engineer in the passenger seat takes out his smartphone and aims it at Donna. Donna smiles, got him. Then her body heaves from the alcohol and she turns to throw up in the bushes. The instant the engineer snaps the photo.
Oh!
Interior Donna's bedroom day. Donna lurches back into her room, wiping her mouth with a towel, a humiliated look on her face. Her computer rings with a Skype call. Donna plops into a chair in front of her computer and answers an incoming call from Castle Derringer, Donna's cousin. Castle, 30s, a well-off woman hiding behind a bohemian facade, appears on the screen.
Hey, cuz.
Hey, Cass.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks for the champagne as well.
I know nothing about that which you are speaking of. So how was it?
Great. Until I threw up a few minutes ago.
Lightweight. No, I mean, how was it telling your parents about the move?
Donna lets out a breath as she looks away from the screen.
Donna, you did tell them.
Well, I was kind of nervous, so I decided to have a drink beforehand. I opened the bottle and had a glass, but I was still nervous, so I had another. Then I started practicing what I would say in the mirror, and as I had another, and then I realized I was slurring my words and I wouldn't be able to talk to them without them knowing I was drinking. So then I decided the hell with it and finished the whole bottle and fell asleep.
Damn.
Yeah, but don't worry, I'll tell them tonight. They're taking me to Le Papillon for dinner.
Ooh, fancy.
Interior Le Papillon night, an ultra luxe dining establishment. Donna sits with her parents in a cozy booth. A steaming lobster tail is placed in front of Donna, who doesn't seem to notice, a worried look on her face. She exhales.
Mom, Dad, I'm moving to New York.
Shauna and Donald stop eating, shocked. They look at each other, not sure who should speak first. Finally,
Why are you moving to New York, honey? That's the opposite side of the country.
I'm going to be a model.
her parents' eyes grow wide.
What about college?
You don't need college to be a model.
If you don't go to college, you're going to starve.
I'm not going to starve.
We've had this discussion. The only way you'll make any real money in the Silicon Valley is by becoming a computer engineer.
I don't want to be a computer engineer.
But you're so good at math.
You're not listening to me. I want to be a model in New York. I have to go now because models have to be young.
Don't they have to be thin, dear?
Don't be ridiculous, Donna. They don't have to be thin. They have to be anorexic.
Oh, honey, please don't start throwing up.
Throwing up is bulimic, not anorexic. And I'm not going to be either. I'm going to be a plus size model.
That makes no sense.
Anna Nicole Smith was one.
Didn't she die from drugs?
Who else?
Ashley Graham,
Her parents stare blankly at her.
Whitney Thompson
Nothing.
from America's Next Top Model.
Still nothing.
What I'm trying to say is that plus size models do exist, and I want to be one. I want to be the face of something, like Grandma Lulu was.
Lulu? Miss Double Scoop? She was only famous at the county fairs.
Actually, it was Miss Cherry Pie.
Same difference. Donna, how are you going to afford New York?
Cousin Castles offered to let me sleep on her couch until I get my career off the ground.
Crazy Castle. Is she going to feed you too?
No, of course not. I'm going to use the money Grandma Lulu gave me for graduation.
Donna's parents are clearly disappointed.
That money may buy you a plane ticket, but not much else.
When Madonna moved to New York, she only had $35 in her pocket. And, Madonna started out modeling.
Yes, and did you know that when Madonna moved to New York, she had to eat French fries out of a garbage can? Is that what you want? To eat the French fries out of a garbage can?
Her father picks up a fat steak chip from his plate and points it at her.
You want to eat this out of a garbage can?
No, Dad, stop it. I'm not going to eat French fries out of a garbage can. Jeez.
Donna pouts and crosses her arms.
Look, we're supposed to be celebrating. Let's discuss this when we get home. We're ruining a perfectly good meal.
Donald stares sternly at Donna, who exhales loudly and continues.
Honey, please eat something.
Donna turns her head to the side, looking away. A server approaches the table.
Is everything all right?
Donna, you have to eat.
Nope.
That's it. Take it away.
Would you like me to box this up for you?
No, and bring the check.
The server nods and removes Donna's plate from the table. Donna watches it go out of the corner of her eye, a slight look of regret on her face. Shauna looks from her husband to her daughter, not knowing what to do. Interior La Papillon kitchen night. The server walks through the kitchen with the untouched plate of lobster. The head chef sees this.
What is wrong with the food?
The server shrugs and dumps the lobster into a trash can. Then he takes the plate to the sink to be cleaned. The head chef is livid.
What is wrong with the food?
Interior Derringer house, family room night. Donna's parents yell at Castle via Skype on their computer. Castle argues back. Donna leaves the room unnoticed. Interior Donna's bedroom night. Donna blasts a New Boys song on her computer to drown out the sound of arguing from the other room. A New Boys poster hangs on her wall. Donna kisses her hand, then presses it to the lead singer's face before ducking down beside her bed and pulling out a large suitcase. Dresser drawers are emptied. Clothes are ripped from their hangers in the closet. Donna pushes down on her overstuffed suitcase. It won't close. She sits on top of it, but even that won't help. Miscellaneous items of clothing land inside a small trash can. Donna pulls a blazer out of the suitcase with a price tag still dangling off of it. She considers it, tries it on, moves to her full-length mirror to see how it looks, tries to button it to no avail. The blazer lands in the trash can. A few more tagged items join it. Donna sits on top of the suitcase again, finally getting it to lock. She jumps off and pulls on the handle, but the weight of the clothes anchors the suitcase down, and Donna falls to the floor. Donna abandons the suitcase for her laptop. In the search field, she types top NYC modeling agencies. A long list of results appears.
Sweet.
Donna takes notes. Exterior Castle's apartment day. A New York City yellow cab pulls away from the curb, leaving Donna and her bulging suitcase. Donna rings the doorbell to Castle's apartment. Footsteps approach from the other side of the door. The peephole slides open, then shut again. The door opens. Castle stands there looking at Donna with an excited grin on her face. She emits a strange high-pitched squeak,
Oh,
then grabs Donna and pulls her inside. The door shuts behind them. Interior Castle's apartment, living room, day. Donna puts down her suitcase as Castle spins in the center of her tiny but boho chic living room.
welcome to my cat. I'm so happy you made it. I was worried there for a minute. Your parents love you, but that doesn't mean they understand you. I was sworn to protect you, so don't go doing anything stupid.
Castle moves to a futon in the upright couch position.
This is your bed.
Castle lifts up the frame and brings it down into a flat bed position. Interior Castle's apartment, bathroom, day. Darkness.
Here's the bathroom.
Click. The light turns on and Castle enters with Donna following behind. She opens the cabinet under the sink.
You can store your things down here. Mine are in the medicine cabinet.
Castle pulls out a bottle of distilled white vinegar.
Why do you keep vinegar in the bathroom?
For cleaning. Vinegar works wonders.
Castle slips out of the bathroom and Donna follows, leaving the light on. Interior Castle's apartment, bedroom, day. Castle and Donna peek their heads inside the door to Castle's bedroom. Castle grabs the doorknob and closes it.
My room.
Interior Castle's apartment, kitchen, day. Castle walks through the tiny kitchen and stores the vinegar under the sink.
We'll get takeout tonight. My treat. The kitchen's not very stocked, but there's a bodega on the corner if you need small items.
Donna opens the refrigerator. There's an apple, an almost empty bottle of milk, and a pastry box. Donna lifts the butter compartment door and dozens of small items spill out.
Oh, sorry.
Donna bends down to pick them up. They are packets of ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper.
Really? You saved all this?
She puts them back and shuts the door.
Waste not, want not. We'll do a proper grocery run tomorrow after I get back from work.
Where do you work?
At my boyfriend Hawk's art gallery in Soho. I also stay at his apartment a lot, so this will be like your own place most nights. Be sure to keep the door locked at all times.
Donna gives Castle a big smile.
Got it.
Begin NYC tourist montage accompanied by starburst pop music. Exterior subway entrance, day. Donna starts down the subway entrance stairs to the left, on the left side, then pauses. She looks back up at the sign to make sure she's taking the correct train. Commuters coming up the stairs navigate around her. Her cell buzzes. Insert text message from Castle. Keep
your purse close to you at all times.
Donna rearranges her strap so it crosses her body and hugs her purse closely with one arm. Interior subway car, day. Donna smiles as she takes in the subway car and its passengers. She smiles at nearby commuters, but they immediately turn their gaze away. She continues to look around, catching the gaze of an unkempt writer. He locks eyes with her and gives her a creepy grin. Interior Grand Central's subway stop, day. Donna quickly exits the subway. The unkempt writer tries to follow, but the doors close on him. As Donna makes her way up to the stairs, her cell buzzes. Insert text from Castle.
Don't make eye contact with anyone.
Interior Grand Central Terminal, day. Donna takes a selfie against the Beaux Arts interior. Annoyed commuters dodge around her. Exterior Rockefeller Center, day. Donna tries to snap a selfie in front of the Rockefeller Center's golden Prometheus, but can't frame the entire statue in the shot. A nearby male pedestrian offers to help. Just before handing him her cell, it buzzes. Insert text message from Castle.
Don't let your phone to strangers.
Donna looks up sadly at the male pedestrian and shakes her head. She walks away. Exterior Empire State Building, day. Donna tries to take a selfie on the Empire State Building lookout deck, but it's too windy and her hair keeps flying in her face. Exterior Central Park, day. Donna exits a path to take a selfie in a deserted woody area. Her cell buzzes. Insert text message from Castle.
Stay in populated areas.
Exterior food truck, day. Donna buys a slice of cheese pizza. The vendor shows her how to fold it before eating it. Donna takes a selfie of herself about to take a bit of folded pizza as the vendor beams. Exterior NYC Harbor, night. Donna rides on a boat past the Statue of Liberty. Celebratory fireworks explode behind the iconic symbol of freedom. Donna takes a selfie, smiling at her own newfound liberty. Her cell buzzes. Insert text message from Castle.
See you at TJ's. Keep your pepper spray handy when you walk there.
End NYC tourist montage. Exterior Trader Joe's night. It's garbage night, and a multitude of black trash bags line the sidewalk. Donna and Castle leave the supermarket, schlepping a bunch of reusable bags overflowing with groceries. Donna has a hard time maneuvering and nearly runs into Guy, late 20s, who walks in the opposite direction.
So sorry.
You're fine.
Donna does a double take, enchanted by Guy's style.
So are you.
Castle pulls Donna back.
Hey, don't talk to strangers. We want to go antiquing tomorrow. We could find you something to store your clothes in.
No, I don't like antique stores. Besides, I was going to print out my headshots tomorrow.
It won't take you all day. And why don't you like antique stores?
They gross me out.
In the background, Guy greets a group of people waiting near the supermarket's entrance. Once he joins them, the group goes over to the line of trash bags, opens them, and rummages through, pulling out various groceries.
Does going over to Grandma Lulu's house gross you out?
No, why?
Because it's filled with antiques.
That's not the same. I love Grandma Lulu.
She's an antique too.
They stop at a crosswalk, waiting for the light to turn green. A homeless man on the corner shakes his cup of coins.
Spare change. Spare change.
More pedestrians stop at the light, ignoring the homeless man. A smoking Eurotrash man joins them. He takes one last puff of his skinny cigarette and throws it on the ground. The homeless man dives for it. Donna sees this and watches with horror as the homeless man picks up the cigarette and puts it in his mouth.
Oh, gross.
5-second rule.
The light turns green.
I told you not to talk to strangers.
They cross, but Donna turns back to look at the homeless man, still with a sickened expression on her face. The homeless man reciprocates a look. Begin modeling agency montage accompanied by the same starburst of pop music from before. Exterior Kinko's day. Donna walks out admiring her new modeling portfolio while annoyed-looking customers entering and exiting the store try not to run into her. Exterior Elite Model Management day. Donna approaches the Elite Model Management building, portfolio in hand, but stops. A military security guard stands out front, immobile, jaw set, an imposing gatekeeper. Donna takes a deep breath, then skips happily into the building, waving to the guard as if she knows him. The guard watches her with a confused look before returning to his stance. Seconds later, Donna comes out, rejected but still smiling. Exterior IMG Models, different day. Donna swaggers into IMG Models. Almost immediately, she swaggers back out. Exterior Ford Models, different day. Donna rushes inside Ford Models. Donna stumbles back out as if someone had pushed her. Exterior Wilhelmina Models, different day. Donna enters Wilhelmina Models cautiously. She leaves, head hung low. Exterior Next Model Management, different day. Donna slowly walks up to the door of Next Model Management. As she opens it, high fashion agent Regina Stone, 60s, shoves her way through, knocking Donna to the ground. End modeling agency montage.
Watch where you're going.
Donna stares at Regina, brows knit, mouth open. Regina stops and stares back. She pulls her sunglasses down her nose and peeks over them. Donna's portfolio is sitting open on the ground next to Donna. Regina gives Donna a once-over and pushes her glasses back up.
You've got to be kidding.
Donna watches Regina go, her mouth still agape. Exterior NYC street, Little Italy day. Donna walks dejectedly down the street. She stops. Her nostrils flare. She turns. An Italian eatery glows in the sunlight, welcoming, beckoning. Donna walks to the window and looks in at the diners enjoying their meals. She glances at the posted menu. The prices are high. Donna checks her wallet, but it only contains 2 crumpled dollar bills. Exterior bank day. At the ATM machine, Donna punches in her bank card code and hits account balance. Donna's face falls. The screen reads $19.67. Interior corner bodega day. 3 packages of top ramen are grabbed from the shelf. This is my story now. Donna hands a dollar bill to the clerk, grabs her ramen, and leaves.
Your penny?
When Donna doesn't look back, the clerk drops the coin into the take a penny tray. Interior Castle's apartment, living room night. Donna slurps up her ramen noodles while reading a news rag on the futon.
I'm home.
Castle walks in the living room, her arms full of party store bags.
Hey,
How did it go today?
the same as it's been going every day for the past week.
Donna goes back to slurping her noodles as Castle continues into the kitchen. Castle heaves her purchases on the counter and starts unpacking. She sees Donna's 2 remaining bags of ramen.
Have you ever had a catering job?
Living room. Donna finishes her meal.
No, what do you have to do?
Castle
E-
enters the room.
Easy stuff. You just carry around foods and drinks and on trays and serve them to people. Then at the end, you get to eat the leftover food. And it's usually really good.
Donna sits up listening.
Hawk is having a show at the gallery tomorrow night. One of the servers called out sick. You interested?
Interior Hawkeye's gallery night. Donna, decked out in a pink satin vest and bow tie, carries a tray of canapes through the crowded gallery. Hybrid photo paintings of Castle cover the walls. Arm in arm, Castle and Hawk, 40s, her artist boyfriend, talk to some guests. A professional photographer snaps a picture of the couple. He brings down the camera. It's Guy. He checks the image and turns without looking, bumping into Donna, who manages to save the finger food before it falls off the tray.
Oh, so sorry. My mistake.
You're fine.
Donna and Guy look into each other's eyes. Donna realizes he's a head turner from the other night. Guy scrunches his eyebrows.
Do I know you?
Yeah, no, not really.
You sure?
Hmm?
Hey, that outfit's a hoot. Mind if I take a picture?
Donna perks up and goes straight into a pose. Guy snaps her photo.
Brilliant. You have a beautiful face.
Thank you. I'm a model, you know?
Miss, may we have some hors d'oeuvres, please?
Donna turns in the direction of the call.
See you around then.
Donna turns back to Guy, disappointment in her eyes.
Okay, see you.
They each head off in opposite directions. Gallery prep area later. Weary caterers sit around as the event closes down. Donna sits with them, hunching over a spinach dip bladder. Guy appears.
Can the photographer join in?
Donna's eyes light up and she straightens her posture. Guy sees her and sits next to her. She gives him a big grin, a piece of spinach front and center in her teeth.
You've got something.
Donna blushes and uses a knife and a mirror while she picks the offending particle out. Guy grabs some food for himself.
So, is catering your side hustle?
No, just my cousin is the one in all the paintings. She said I could help out because she saw my supply for women.
Yeah, the modeling industry's tough. The media makes it look all fun and glamorous, but it's hard work, and only the top models are paid enough to afford their own place in New York.
This is not the encouragement Donna needs.
But, you know, if you're looking for more work, why not try background acting?
I can't act.
You don't have to know how to act. You just walk around in the background. You're a model. You know how to walk, right?
Duh.
And with a face like yours, I'm sure you could get started right away. Just a warning, it only pays minimum wage, but at least you'll be in front of the camera all day. And you get free food.
Donna's eyes light up.
Free food?
Yep, free food.
Are you a background actor? I mean, of course you are. You're gorgeous.
No, thanks, but I'm strictly a behind the scenes kind of guy. I have friends who do it though. Sign up with Central Casting. They'll get you work.
Castle appears around the corner.
Good, the photographer's still here. Would you mind taking a few post photos now the gallery's empty?
It would be my pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
Donna reaches for another niblet, but the trays are removed before she can grab anything. Uneaten hors d'oeuvres fill a giant garbage can as the catering crew dumps the leftovers inside. Interior Central Casting Agency Day. A flash goes off in Donna's smiling face.
Okay, now a full body shot.
Donna readjusts her outfit and stands up straight. She smiles wide again. The flash goes off.
Perfect. Okay, next in line.
Donna moves away from the dull backdrop. An agent runs up to her.
Are you available now? We have a rush call in Chinatown.
Yes, of course.
Exterior NYC Chinatown Day. A film crew lights a shot on the street. Donna watches in the distance, standing near a craft services table. The second assistant director enters the scene.
All right, everyone, back to one.
Donna, along with a handful of other extras, moves to different parts of the scene. She remains in a mannequin pose until instructed to move.
Quiet on set. Pictures up. Sound ready?
Ready.
Camera ready?
Ready.
Roll sound.
Rolling.
Roll
Speed.
camera.
Rolling speed.
A slate fills the frame.
Scene 3, take 5.
The clapper comes down in a sharp snap.
Background action.
Donna walks nonchalantly down the street. Other extras pass her.
And action.
Interior extras holding area night. Donna waits in a long line for food. Once at the front, she piles her plate with as much food as possible. Long tables full of actors and crew chowing down fill the room. Donna, already eating as she looks for a place to sit, spies an empty seat next to two extras dressed as a homeless couple, Bobby and Itzat. She walks over to them.
Can I sit here?
Of course.
Please do.
Thanks.
Donna sits and begins wolfing down her food. Deep in conversation, Bobby and Itzat take no notice.
A guy had to cancel the feast due to a gig.
Too bad. We really had a good haul this time.
We can't let all this food go to waste. I was thinking maybe we should have our own feast.
Plates clatter next to them and they look over to see Donna standing back up, her plate completely empty. Bobby and Itzat watch as Donna heads to the buffet for seconds.
Sorry, we should do what now?
We should have our own feast.
Donna returns and sits back down. She notices the couple looking at her.
I don't have much food at home, so
Next time, bring your own Tupperware. Then you can have leftovers the following day.
Donna doesn't know if they are making fun of her or not, so she remains mute. Bobby reaches down inside her bag and pulls out some plastic containers.
We do it all the time.
Waste not, want not. The caterers end up throwing tons of the food out anyway. So why shouldn't we take it, you know?
Homeless extras. All homeless extras, follow me.
Bobby and Itzat get up, leaving Donna by herself. Interior subway station, Chinatown night. Donna shivers as she waits for the train to arrive. Bobby and Itzat enter the station and see her. Bobby pulls out one of her food containers. They walk over to her.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
This is for you.
Oh my God. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Bobby, by the way.
She offers her hand and Donna shakes it.
Donna.
She turns and shakes Itzat's hand.
Is that?
So nice to meet you both. How do I get the container back to you?
Bobby looks slyly at Itzat.
Well, we were supposed to be attending a potluck tomorrow night, but it was canceled and we still have the food. Would you like to come by and join us for dinner tomorrow night if you're not too busy?
Donna looks uncertain as they still are strangers.
Oh, wow.
We like to eat early, so around 6 o'clock.
Tomorrow night? I'm not sure. I have to check.
It's a lot of food. You'd really be helping us out.
Donna still hesitates.
Really way too much food. We can't eat it all by ourselves.
Donna thinks. Bobby hands a business card to Donna.
Here's the address and my phone number.
Donna takes it. One side of the card displays Bobby's acting headshot. The other, all her contact information.
You know, okay. Well, yeah, that'd be great.
Interior Hawkeye's gallery night. Castle's in a frozen pose, her mouth hanging open. Behind her, Hawk receives a stack of newspapers from a delivery boy. Donna, dressed in a coat and holding her purse, looks sheepish.
Do you think it's safe? I mean, you don't even know them.
Does seem all right.
Yeah, I'm sure Ted Bundy seemed all right.
I don't know who that is.
Ted Bundy, the serial killer.
It's an old couple. I don't think they're serial killers. And they're offering me a free meal.
Oh, Donna, okay. But the second you get any Hannibal Lecter vibe, run. You don't want to become the main meal yourself.
I'll be fine.
And make sure they don't slip anything into your drink.
Donna rolls her eyes and leaves. Castle watches her go.
Hey, Cass, the review's in.
Castle turns her attention to the paper in Hawk's hand. Enter Bobby and Itzad's house, dining room night. The decor is eclectic, just like the couple. Donna examines a particularly odd yet fascinating painting. Bobby watches Donna as she sets the table behind her.
We found that in a dumpster in Astoria.
Can you believe someone was throwing it away?
Donna's eyes widen in answer. Itzad pulls out a seat at the head of the table and motions for Donna to sit. Donna smiles and settles in. Itzad lights the candles in the center of the table. Bobby places a giant dish of something steaming and unrecognizable in front of Donna. She stares at it.
Whoa.
Right? And there's more.
I got it.
Thanks, hon.
Itzad leaves the room and Bobby sits down. Donna is still staring at her food, not sure what it is.
Well, go ahead, dig in.
Donna gingerly picks up the serving spoon, and scoops a small amount on her plate. Itzad reappears with an overflowing bread basket and another steaming plate of mixed vegetables. He sits them down and takes a seat himself. Everyone digs in. Donna fishes around in the bread basket and pulls out a bagel.
A bagel for dinner? Is that a New York thing? I thought they were mostly for breakfast.
Bobby and Itzad glance at each other.
Yeah, like we said, we had a lot of food and, didn't want any of it to go to waste.
Donna shrugs and puts the bagel on her bread plate. She scoops up a forkful of the mystery dish and tastes it. Her eyes pop.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Thank you. Wait till you see what's for dessert.
Later, Itzad brings out a dessert tray with an assortment of items. Later, Donna stifles a burp behind her napkin. The dishes in front of her are completely empty.
That was the best homemade meal I think I've ever had.
It was garbage.
Donna gives him a sharp look and then glances at Bobby to see if she's offended.
No, he's right. It was trash.
Donna looks confused and Itzad leans in as if sharing a secret.
Have you ever heard of the Frigans?
No.
Well, that's what we are.
We dumpster dive.
Donna frowns.
Everything we ate tonight was going to be thrown away, but we rescued it.
Donna looks like she's about to be sick. She stands.
Excuse me, where's the restroom?
Interior Castle's apartment, living room night. Castle comes home excited, holding a local paper and a bag of takeout.
Donna, are you home? Not murdered and discarded in a dumpster somewhere?
She hears the sound of running water and follows into the bathroom, where Donna is feverishly brushing her teeth. She spits out huge amounts of frothy toothpaste into the sink. Castle appears in the doorway, waving the paper.
Donna, look.
Donna takes a huge swig of mouthwash before looking over at Castle.
It's a lot of mouthwash.
Donna forcefully spits it into the sink, and it splashes over. Castle steps back.
You okay?
No.
Donna grabs a hand towel and wipes her face. Castle pushes the newspaper in front of her.
Look.
The posed image of Donna from the art show stares back at her. It's fun, campy, and beautiful.
Oh my God.
Donna snatches the paper out of Castle's hand and gazes at its perfection.
Can I have it for my portfolio?
Of course. Hawk has a whole stack at the gallery. I brought this one back for you, Miss Model.
Castle hugs Donna, who finally smiles.
How was dinner?
Don't ask.
You want my leftover Chinese?
Yes, please.
They leave the bathroom. Enter next model management, Regina's office day. Regina sits at the desk texting with a frown on her face. Her stylish assistant, Blake, 20s, struts in, arms overflowing. He places a gourmet coffee on the desk, then hands her a stack of phone messages and open mail, mostly consisting of headshots. She takes a swig of coffee, then throws the headshot in a trash can by her desk.
My roster's full.
Well, I beg to differ. We're missing something in our diversity group.
Look, we've got Leticia, Juanita, and Chang Chang.
But we have no plus size models.
Please, do we have to?
Well, we have to if we want to appear progressive and with the times.
Regina scowls. Blake tosses a newspaper on Regina's desk, open to the page with Donna's picture.
That is the future.
Lord help me.
Donna's expression in the photo makes Regina pause.
Oh, wait. I've seen this thing before. She was lumbering around outside a couple of days ago. Or
Regina studies the photo, but is still not sold.
you certainly need it.
Well, if we want to appear progressive and with the times, then yes.
Oh,
Should I find her and set up an interview?
yeah.
Regina nods her head and shoos him out of the office. Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy edits photos on the latest high-end computer. The rest of his studio apartment is monk-like, minimalist. His phone rings. Not recognizing the number, he sits up straight and clears his throat before answering.
Golden hour photography. This is Guy. Yes, I took those shots. Next models? How may I assist you? No, I'm sorry. I don't have that model's information. The gallery might.
Interior next model of management, Blake's cubicle day. Blake exhales in disappointment.
Okay, then. Thank you for nothing.
Blake does a Google search for Hawk's gallery, finds it, and dials. One ring, then an answering machine picks up.
You've reached Hawkeye's Gallery. We're closed this week in honor of Sirius Rising and will return after the festival.
Blake exhales again.
Hippies.
Exterior NYC Financial District day. Donna walks with purpose toward the courthouse.
And cut.
Donna steps abruptly. She turns to await instructions, hands on hips.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Donna runs away from the courthouse towards the catering tents, but too late, as trays of hot food are unceremoniously dumped in a large bag-lined trash cans. Donna looks as though she's been hit in the gut. Interior Castle's apartment, kitchen night. Donna rummages through the cupboards and pulls out a half loaf of bread. She opens the refrigerator. The shelves are bare, save a head of iceberg lettuce. She carefully opens the condiment drawer and looks at the various packets. Donna splats yellow mustard on two sides of bread, then pushes them together. She bites into the sandwich unenthusiastically. Interior Castle's apartment, living room day. Donna sits at her laptop and clicks on a link. Get signed with a model agency. Guaranteed. Donna scrolls through the article, then her face contorts.
But I don't have $500 for your stupid seminar.
Donna slams down the top of the computer and pouts. Interior Castle's apartment, kitchen night. A half of a wedge of iceberg lettuce sits on a plate. Donna searches under the sink and pulls out the bottle of vinegar. She pours a healthy amount on the lettuce, then adds some black pepper from the condiment stash. It looks as unappetizing as it sounds. Donna cuts a corner of the wedge with her knife and stabs it onto her fork. She eats. Her face scrunches up, but she continues eating. Interior Castle's apartment, living room night. Donna tosses and turns, unable to sleep. Her stomach growls, loud. Donna makes friends with the laptop again, and Google searches Freegan. She clicks on the top link and reads, Exterior NYC Union Square night. Donna walks out of the subway station at Union Square and is surprised to see a ragtop group of about 20 people huddled around Guy. Ragtag group, I'm sorry. Donna smiles and joins the group, just as Guy stands on a ledge to address the crowd.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to tonight's dumpster dive tour. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Before we head out, I'd like to address the newbies. This is a community of freegans. We are a collective. Nobody's in charge. Everyone contributes. The term freegan is a combination of vegan and free.
A few attendees make faces at the word vegan, which Guy notices.
No, you do not have to be vegan to participate, although many of us are. As for the free part, well, everyone likes getting free stuff.
Attendees laugh and nod.
Freeganism is about opting out of the consumerist lifestyle as much as possible, which in turn helps the planet. Free food, clothing, furniture, whatever. It's about using what others throw away. Although we use the term dumpster diving, we're not going to be opening any dumpsters tonight. Just trash bags left out on the street. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Exterior NYC bakery night. A small row of black trash bags line the sidewalk in front of a bakery. The freaking group approaches.
What we're doing here is not illegal. It's not trespassing. Trash left out on the street is fair game for anybody.
Guy steps at the beginning of the line and bag of bags. The group scatters around.
Try not to block the sidewalks, please.
The group reassembles to give outside pedestrians room.
Now, bread is the most common thing you'll find. It's baked fresh every day, thrown out fresh every night. Let me demonstrate how we do this. Untie the bags, don't rip them. If you open the bag, you close the bag. We want to leave the area neater than we found it. Also, if you're squeamish, wear gloves.
Guy unties the first bag, revealing loaves of bread. The attendees dig in. Donna stands off in the distance and watches. A young thespian addresses her.
It's just like Christmas.
The thespian joins the foragers and feels the outside of a particularly bulky bag.
Oh, I think I found a bagel.
The thespian unties the bag, revealing an assortment of bagels.
You can get bagels every night. There's no reason to buy a bagel, ever.
Most of the freegans take bagels from the bag and stuff them into their own. Guy opens another as he addresses the crowd.
Like the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Guy digs around in the bag, then frowns.
Unfortunately, sometimes it's actual trash.
Still in her corner, Donna holds back a laugh. Exterior NYC Street, Gramercy Park night. The thespian talks to Donna as the group walks to the next location.
Humans started out as foragers, so we're just going back to our roots. I haven't bought food in over a year. About 80% of everything I own used to be someone else's garbage. I dumpster dive for fry bricks to make new clothes and costumes.
Now we're headed to a grocery store. Look for grocers that have just closed and leave their trash out on the curb.
Exterior NYC grocery night. The freegans approach a boutique grocery store.
After bread, the next most common thing thrown out is produce. We consistently find lettuce, potatoes, onions, tomatoes, grapes, apples, bananas, and peppers. Take it home, rinse it off, and it's good.
The thespian opens a bag and pulls out some bruised fruit.
Slightly bruised.
Exterior NYC Union Square night. Back at the square, the big reveal. Everyone's finds lay side by side. It's a huge amount.
This isn't a special night. It's a typical night. About 50% of the food in this country ends up in the trash. New York City produces 15 million tons of waste annually. Food for thought. People always ask me if I've ever gotten sick from dumpster diving. The answer is no. But I have gotten sick from eating in a restaurant. Thank you, everybody, for participating.
The crowd laughs and claps and gathers their stuff back. Donna holds a few items. She waits to talk to Guy, who is helping others find their items. The thespian bumps Donna, getting her attention, and hands her a heavy bag.
Here, I forgot. I'm touring next week and won't be able to finish all of this. Don't want it to go to waste.
Okay, thank you.
See you at the next one.
Donna turns back, but Guy is gone. Interior Castle's apartment living room night. Castle enters carrying a suitcase and bag of groceries.
I'm back.
Donna sits on the futon. Eats on the futon. It was eats.
Oh, hey, how was the festival?
Great. Let me just put this away and I'll tell you all about it.
Castle heads into the kitchen. Castle puts her bag of leftovers in the refrigerator and pauses. It's full of more food than she's ever seen.
Wow. Where'd you get all this stuff?
Donna enters the kitchen with an almost empty plate of food.
Don't ask. The bananas are off, though.
Castle examines the unused bananas on the counter, while Donna dumps a semi-eaten one in the trash.
That's because they're plantains, not bananas. You have to cook them. Why did you buy plantains if you didn't know how to fix them?
Well, it's I think you'll find this funny.
Interior Castle's apartment living room night. Donna Skypes with her parents. Castle looms over Donna in the background, arms crossed.
What about the germs
What about food poisoning
Or botulism,
or E. coli
or salmonella,
or rat poison,
or rat poop,
hepatitis,
cholera?
typhoid fever?
the plague.
Donna's mouth hangs open. Her parents are stern and silent. Donna leans into the camera.
Look,
At a loss for words, Donna heaves a heavy sigh and hides her face in one of her hands. The image remains frozen. Her parents lean into the screen.
Donna?
Hello?
the screen was frozen.
It hasn't. Donna's just playing the mannequin challenge.
What?
The program's not working. Gotta go. Bye.
Donna surreptitiously uses her other hand to end the call. The screen goes blank. Donna turns on her cousin.
Tyler.
You'll thank me when you don't get sick.
Next year, Hawkeye's Gallery Day. Blake arrives in front of Hawkeye's gallery and reads a sign posted on the door. Closed today due to jet lag. Blake rolls his eyes and struts away. Interior Castle's apartment, living room day. Donna looks through her portfolio unimpressed. Her enlarged selfie photos are amateurish, just plain bad. Donna turns to the last page. Guy's photo of Donna in the catering costume. A great shot. Donna scrunches as she realizes the golden hour photography byline underneath the picture. Donna gleefully grabs her laptop and searches. The golden hour photography website loads. The home screen's slideshow cycles through a selection of stunning images. Donna clicks on the contact link. Donna grabs her call, takes a deep breath, and purposefully punches in the phone number. Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy photoshops images on his computer. His phone rings. Not recognizing the number, he puts on his professional demeanor.
Golden hour photography.
Intercut with Donna. Donna's frozen.
Hello?
Hi.
May I help you?
Yeah. We met. You took my picture at Hawkeye's gallery?
Oh, right. The caterer.
Yeah, you remember?
And weren't you also at the trash tour last night?
Yes, you recognize me. You're great. I meant to try to talk to you afterwards, but anyway. I'm calling because I need some headshots for my modeling portfolio, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Oh, sorry. I don't do headshots.
Donna deflates.
But I have some names I could give you.
But I really wanted you.
Well, headshots just aren't my thing.
Guy's phone chirps, indicating another call.
Sorry, can I put you on hold?
Sure.
There's a beep and Guy switches over. Donna hangs up. Teary-eyed, Donna stares at the contact screen. Scrolls down the page, revealing the golden hour photography address. Exterior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy leaves his apartment, talking on his cell.
Right. But there actually is enough food to feed everyone. It's just not the correct systems that are in place to make that happen.
He starts as he sees Donna staring at him from across the street. She's all dressed up and photo ready, but gives off a stalker vibe. Sorry.
I gotta call you back. Bye. Oh, hey.
Sorry about hanging up. Sometimes I think you have to look a person in the eye when you talk to them.
Yeah, I could have given you the other phone numbers over the phone.
No, I don't want other photographers. I want you.
Guy thinks hard.
How about this? We'll do a trade.
Donna looks momentarily concerned.
I'm finishing up a vlog today and could use some help. And if you want to tag along and lend a hand, I'll get a series of images for you that you can use in your portfolio.
Deal.
She throws out her hand and Guy shakes it. Exterior photography store day. Guy and Donna walk past, but Guy stops and returns to stare at something in the window. A parabolic softbox called a Zeppelin.
Come on.
Donna follows Guy inside the store. Interior photography store day. Guy examines the Zeppelin softbox, longing in his eyes. Donna checks the price tag.
Can you afford it?
Guy looks at the tag, $499.
Well, the real question is, do I want to give money to these corporate shysters?
Donna reacts. Guy looks around, sees no salespeople.
Here, stand right next to it.
Donna seems confused, then gets it when Guy quickly whips out his camera. Donna smiles big, click.
Now give it a salute.
Donna complies, click.
Now look at that Zeppelin longingly.
Donna holds back a laugh as she does this, click.
Now look out the window like you're sad.
Donna looks out the window and forces her eyes to water, click. Exterior Ancient Artisans Day. Guy walks down to a nondescript antique store. Ancient Artisans. He opens the door for her, but she stops. Other patrons enter and exit while Guy holds the door.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Can't go in there. It's gross.
This is one of the best antique stores in the city.
It smells like my grandma's house.
Come on.
I'll wait out here.
We had a deal.
A stare down. Finally, Donna relinquishes and stomps inside. Enter Ancient Artisans Day. Donna browses from a distance while Guy talks to the antique store owner, 70s. Donna sees an old magazine from the 1950s with Marilyn Monroe on the cover. She imitates the pose in a full-length standing mirror. Guy sneaks up behind her and takes her picture. Donna starts. She holds up the magazine for Guy.
Can you believe that Marilyn Monroe would be considered plus size by today's standards?
Which is why the fashion industry is a piece of crock.
Donna looks mortally wounded by this comment.
I'm sorry. I meant the beauty industry.
Now Donna's incensed.
Let's go. They don't have what I need here.
Exterior Thrift Store Day. Guy leads Donna to a thrift store.
Another one?
Oh, that was an antique store. This is a thrift store.
Same thing.
Interior Thrift Store Day. Guy looks through the housewares section, where a few photographic supplies gather dust. Donna stares at a nearby clothing rack.
Do you want to try something on?
No.
Donna keeps staring at the clothes while Guy finishes searching. He slumps. No Zeppelin softbox in sight.
Oh, well, you hungry?
Always.
Exterior NYC Union Square Farmers Market Day. Guy leads Donna purposely through the farmers market. Donna looks in wonder at the stalls filled with fresh produce.
Whoa, talk about diversity.
Yeah, there are too many great things to eat here. But before we do,
Guy makes a beeline for a local honey stand. Exterior Honey Stand Day. Bees buzz around the honey stand like a visible force field. The honey seller seems nonplussed about it and happily promotes his wares. Donna stops dead in her tracks before she and Guy reach the perimeter.
Bees?
Guy laughs.
Yeah, they're the ones that make the honey,
Donna's too scared for a comeback.
Don't worry, they won't sting you.
Guy helps Donna inch forward.
Are you sure?
Not if you don't try to swat them.
Guy starts picking up honey jars and reading their labels. Oblivious to the swarm around him, Donna still seems scared.
Would you like to feed one?
Sorry?
Would you like to feed one of the bees? It'll eat honey off your finger.
Do it. It's great.
To motivate Donna, Guy preps his camera for a picture. Donna looks uncertain, but slowly moves under the canopy of the stall, enticed by the camera. The honey seller takes a small sample of honey on a toothpick.
Now stick out your finger.
Donna sticks out a finger and the honey seller dabs the honey on it. Guy starts clicking pictures. The honey seller guides Donna's head higher to attract the bee's attention. Donna lets out a tiny squeal.
Shh. Shh, it's okay. Here comes one.
Other shoppers stop and watch. A few pull out their phone cameras. A lone bee circles around Donna and the honey seller, then lands on Donna's extended finger. An audible ah stems from the audience.
Oh.
Bee sucks at the honey. Donna's expression is radiant. Multiple cameras capture the pure joy of Donna's one-on-one experience with nature.
Turn your face towards me and smile.
Donna complies. Click. A great shot.
And now it's time to part.
The honey seller blows hard on the bee and it flies off Donna's finger. Donna laughs, screams. The shoppers applaud and close in to purchase jars of honey. Exterior landfill day. Guy putting on gloves walks Donna toward a landfill.
This doesn't smell as nice as the farmer's market.
These shots will be the piece de resistance of my video, where the trash you throw out ends up.
America's Next Top Model did a photo shoot in a landfill.
Really?
Yep. Cycle 16. The photos were awesome.
Guy looks at Donna like she just doesn't get it. He spots a pile of fast food bags and starts arranging them, while Donna chatters on and imitates the ANTM poses.
The contestants were wearing long couture dresses. Some stood on ladders. One girl actually laid down on the ground and posed in the trash.
Come here.
Donna walks to where he points to a clean spot surrounded by fast food bags.
Right there.
Donna stands in the middle. Guy pulls a carton of half-full French fries out of one. He throws the fast food bag into one of Donna's hands, then the French fry carton in the other. He steps back and prepares his camera.
Now, hold the French fry carton out towards me and smile.
Donna obeys. Click. Interior Guy studio apartment day.
Hungry?
Guy and Donna sit in front of Guy's computer, looking at the French fry shot.
Not at this second.
Guy laughs and inserts the photo into a video editing program. Donna stands up to stretch, then walks around his tiny apartment. Everything is either photography related or minimalist living. The bathroom doubles as a darkroom. Donna stands in one particularly empty corner.
Is this where you'd put the softbox light? The Zeppelin?
Yeah, I'm keeping that space open for one.
He focuses back on the editing. Donna's phone rings. Interior Hawkeye's gallery day. Castle holds her phone to her ear and paces around the gallery, waiting for Donna to pick up. Cut between Donna and Castle.
Hello?
Hey, Don.
Hey, Cass.
Someone by the name of Blake called the gallery asking for you. I think it has something to do with a catering job. He saw that picture in the paper and tracked you down through us.
Oh, that's weird.
Agreed. Anyway, you have something to write with?
Just a sec. Do you have a paper and a pen?
Guy points to some bins on his desk. Donna grabs a pen and a cut-up envelope, reused for scrap paper. Donna smiles at this.
Okay, go.
Okay, area code 212-555-2112. He seems kind of desperate, so please call him back, even if you end up not taking the gig.
And crosscut. Interior Guy's studio apartment night. Guy and Donna are asleep in their chairs in front of the editing station. Guy's YouTube page is up with his new Waste Not Want Not video on the view screen. To the right, in the trending video feed section, is Donna's smiling face holding the bee on her finger. Bee eats honey off girl's finger. Interior next model management Blake's cubicle day. Blake watches a bee eats honey off girl's finger video, convinced more than ever that Donna is the right plus size model for their roster. He huffily picks up the phone and dials. Interior Hawkeye's gallery day. Castle picks up the ringing phone.
Hawkeye's gallery, how may I assist you?
Hello, it's Blake. I called yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Blake. I gave Donna your message. She didn't get back to you?
No. Is she not interested?
I really don't know. She's kind of new to the whole scene.
We can work with green talent. We've done it before.
I'll text her right now.
Or you could just give me her number.
Look, I don't know you. I can't just go giving her number out to complete strangers.
Not even a complete stranger who's offering the chance of a lifetime?
Well, I don't know about that.
Stony silence from Blake.
Sorry, I'll make sure she calls you.
Thank you.
He hangs up curtly and cross-cutting. Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy and Donna are still asleep. Donna's phone briefly catches Castle's text, then powers off due to no more charge. Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Donna's at home watching the viral video of her feeding the bee. It has over 1 million views. She hits replay. Castle walks in.
Hey, Cass, look, I'm viral.
Oh, hey, did you call back Blake?
Oops. No, sorry, I forgot.
Well, call him back, please. He's driving me up the wall.
Okay, sorry.
Castle stands stationary in one spot with her hands on her hips, staring daggers at Donna. Donna pauses the video. She pulls the scrap of paper with Blake's number on it from her purse and grabs her phone. Castle starts tapping the floor with her foot. Donna dials.
Next model management, Blake speaking.
Wait, what?
Enter your next model management, Regina's office day. Regina turns the pages of Donna's modeling portfolio, updated with Guy's new photos. Regina closes the book, then examines Donna over the rim of her glasses. She does not appear impressed. Donna pulls her sweat-stained shirt away from her armpits, trying to air them out. Her face glistens with perspiration.
Sorry, I had to walk from the subway. New York's kind of muggy in the summer, isn't it?
The agent holds up Donna's headshot and examines it. She turns it over to read the information on the back.
Are these measurements correct?
Yep.
Good.
Sorry?
They should be. Signing with Next Models is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Donna nods in absolute agreement.
There are very strict rules that must be followed. No more YouTube video freebies. Anything you appear in must go through the agency. We make all of the deals.
Donna lets the information sink in.
You mean you're gonna represent me?
Something just came in that I think you'd be appropriate for.
She shakes and runs around the desk to hug Regina, who is frozen in horror. Interior, go see studio number 1 day. Donna shirks uncertainly in the background while an angry designer talks/whispers in his phone.
Regina, honey, when I said plus sized, I meant like a size 10.
Donna slumps upon overhearing this. Interior, go see studio number 2 day. A non-committal designer talks to Regina on his phone while Donna waits impatiently in the background.
The new girl you sent over is a bit of a problem.
Was she late?
No, she was on time.
Is her personality?
Oh, no. Her personality's great. She's kind, friendly, upbeat, has great sense of humor.
Then
or has great manners.
What seems to be the issue?
The non-committal designer looks over at Donna, who smiles big.
I think she's too commercial.
Donna's smile remains, but her eyes express hurt. Interior, go see studio number 3 day. Donna arrives at the next go see with an edgier look. Interior, next model management, Regina's office. Regina's mouth is set hard as she listens into her phone.
She's too edgy.
Interior, go see studio number 4 day. Donna walks unsteadily in high heels for a disapproving designer.
Why do you walk like this?
I don't have a lot of experience in heels.
The disapproving designer rolls her eyes and lets out an audible ugh. Interior, go see studio number 5 day. The go see designer number 5 paces while talking on speakerphone.
A little too girl next door. And when I say a little, I mean a lot.
Donna in the background puts up her arms like, I'm standing right here. Interior, go see studio number 6 day. Donna walks into go see studio number 6. The happy designer looks at her and beams. He runs over to her and circles around her, looking Donna up and down.
Perfecto.
Interior, New York City photo studio day. Donna sits on a toilet straining. It's revealed she is inside the studio, beautifully lit, with crew members all around her.
Now strain. Strain like it's nobody's business.
Donna lets out a groan.
Harder.
Donna gives the photographer a longer, more pained groan.
Harder. Harder.
Turns red and she screams. Interior corner of bodega day. Donna rushes to the magazine rack. She jumps up and down as she removes one from the shelf.
This is it.
She thumbs through until she finds the page. She slaps it on the counter for the clerk to see.
Woohoo!
Insert an advertisement for Laxa tea featuring Donna and pain on the toilet. Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy opens the door to an overexcited Donna. She thrusts the magazine in his face.
Here it is, my first pictorial.
Guy studies it and holds back a laugh at the content.
Wow, great. Nice lighting. Nice. I thought you told me you weren't an actress. Nice expression. It really illustrates the pain.
Thanks.
I'm glad you stopped by. I just wanted to let you know that the Waste Not, Want Not video has received more hits than any other I've done. And I think it's all because of you. You make a great team. Let's do some more together.
Donna's expression falls.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I thought you enjoyed working with me on that project.
I did. It's just that, well, now that I'm under contract with Next, I'm not allowed to work with anyone for free.
Ah, okay. Well, at least I got to work with you before you became all big and famous.
I was always big.
I'm leading another trash tour tomorrow night. You interested in attending?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I can afford food now, you know?
Guy looks sad as he smiles and nods.
I should go.
Take care, Donna. I only wish the best for you.
Donna's eyes water. She gives Guy a quick hug and then leaves. Interior photo studio number 1 day. Donna, with large rings of sweat discoloring her shirt, holds up a stick of deodorant and smiles. Click. Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Donna runs inside and throws her things on the futon. She takes out a magazine and frantically searches through it, then stops. Insert Donna's deodorant ad. Donna wiggles with glee. Interior movie set, speakeasy, day. Donna, dressed as a gangster's mall, acts surprised as a group of old-timey gangsters barge in and shoot up the place. Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Insert an ad in a medical journal where Donna plays a patient being handled diabetes medicine from her doctor. Interior movie set, saloon day. Donna, dressed in a bordello madam, acts surprised as a group of old-timey gunslingers barge in and shoot up the place. Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Insert an ad in a weekly news magazine with Donna holding up a tube of hemorrhoid cream. Interior soundstage number 1 day. The film crew stands around a brightly lit fast food kitchen set. Donna, front and center, wears a chef's hat and apron. She speaks directly to the camera.
So come on down to our kitchen where every day is Friday.
Donna thrusts a plate of French fries right up to the camera's lens. As an accent, a puff of smoke fills the frame. Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy watches Donna's Friday commercial with disappointment, but quickly gets over it when his YouTube video loads afterwards. Interior Next model management, Regina's office day. Regina talks on the phone friendlier than she's ever seemed.
Donna, sweetheart, you've landed a big one. Featured extra in the New Boys music video, Deadly Sinner. You'll have a significant amount of on-screen time with the lead singer.
Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Donna squeals as she jumps up and down on the futon.
I love the New Boys. They're so dreamy. I can't believe I get to meet them and act with them.
Interior video set day. Donna, decked out in a gorgeous but too tight evening gown, follows a jaded PA onto a giant soundstage with 7 elaborate sets surrounding the band's performance stage. Donna passes by each one without taking much notice of their combined theme. A castle with a snooty-looking model named Pride, a room filled with riches watched over by a model named Greed, the green room where the model named Envy stares at Greed, a red bedroom where the social model named Lust beckons, a torture chamber where a model named Wrath checks a guillotine, and a patio where a model named Sloth lounges and has male slaves feed her grapes. The jaded PA stops in front of a large banquet set and turns to Donna.
This is you.
Whoa, I would have thought it was craft services. A very well stocked one.
The jaded PA doesn't laugh and leaves. The music video director runs up and guides Donna around the table.
Hello, you must be Donna. I'm the director.
Hello, the director.
The lead singer is going to be dancing around you while he lip syncs the song. You're going to be sitting on your throne eating cake. Now we have a dozen cakes on hand, so if you don't get it right the first time, you'll have up to 11 more takes.
So I'm just eating the whole time.
Not just eating, devouring in the messiest way imaginable. Pretend you're a cake baby.
The music video director pushes her down on the throne-like chair.
What?
The New Boys lead singer dances out, obviously high, taking no notice of Donna. A bright light illuminates the set. Playback music rolls. Donna seems confused, but composes herself and picks up a nearby fork.
And action.
The lead singer lip syncs. Donna digs the fork into the cake and removes a large piece. She barely fits it all into her mouth before rolling her eyes dramatically in ecstasy at the taste.
Cut.
Donna swallows the cake.
That's good cake.
The music video director swoops over to Donna and snaps for a cake switch out. A PA removes the first cake and places a second.
No fork this time.
Donna holds up the fork, confused.
But
Music video director grabs the fork from Donna's hand and throws it on the ground.
No fork. Use your hands.
The music video director glides back out of the frame and music playback begins. Donna looks at the cake.
And action.
The lead singer dances and lip syncs. Donna daintily scoops out a piece of cake with her fingers and nibbles on it.
Cut.
Donna stops, confused. The lead singer keeps dancing, off in his own world. The PA gives Donna a wet towel to wipe off her fingers while the cake is switched for a new one.
Scoop it out with your hand, a big piece.
Music playback starts.
Action.
Donna grabs the cake and extracts a piece almost as big as her hand. She shoves half of it into her mouth.
Cut.
The PA takes the cake out of Donna's hand and gives her another towel.
With more gusto.
any more gusto and it's going to ruin all my makeup.
Yes, ruin your makeup. Make your actions as big as possible. If you could eat the whole cake in one go, you would. Remember, your gluttony.
And what?
Your gluttony. Gluttony. One of the 7 deadly sins.
Donna looks around at the models on the other sets. Pride, greed, envy, lust, wrath, and sloth all stare back at her. As she realizes how she's been typecast, Donna's face goes red and her eyes water. Music playback begins again. Before Donna can do anything, the lead singer lunges into the cake, scooping up a third of it with his hand and smooshes it into her mouth, smearing it all over her face as she sings, in quotes.
Fabulous.
Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Donna and Castle watch the Deadly Sinner video online. Castle is enraptured, while Donna is miserable. When it's over, Castle claps.
That was fantastic. You were great.
Donna emits a non-committal grunt and heads for the door.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna take a walk.
Exterior NYC bakery day. Donna walks forlornly down a street and stops to gaze in the window of a bakery. Delicious high-calorie desserts sit center stage to entice passersby into the shop. Donna stares, tempted, but also repulsed. Exterior corner bodega day. Donna walks out of the bodega eating a banana. Her cell phone rings. Donna sees it's Regina calling and hesitates before answering.
Hello?
Interior Next Model Management, Regina's office day. Regina sparkles radiantly happy.
Hi, Star. I've got really exciting news. I just received a phone call from one of those up-and-coming indie directors who won all the festival. He saw your work in the New Boys video and wants to cast you in his new film. You'll even get a couple of lines.
Exterior corner bodega day. Donna stops walking.
I feel like I should take some acting classes or something first.
Acting, schmacting. You're a hot talent right now. Take whatever you're offered and don't doubt yourself.
I'm not doubting myself. I just like to feel better prepared.
Stop being so noble. You got this, babe.
Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy set up a little corkboard shrine to Donna over his computer. On one side are the catering, honeybee, and landfill shots he took. Separated by a line of tape is the other side where Donna's less than elegant roll ads, torn out from papers and magazines, hang. Guy watches the Deadly Sinner video on his computer. His expression turns to horror as Donna's gluttony makes her appearance. A few seconds of Donna's cake-smeared face, and he pauses the video. He shakes his head, selects a new search tab, and types in Next Model Management. Enter Next Model Management, Blake's cubicle day. Blake picks up the phone after the first ring.
Next Model Management, Regina Stone's office. Blake speaking. How may I help you?
Cut between Guy and Blake.
Hello, this is Guy Gilden from Golden Hour Photography.
Blake Google's Golden Hour Photography images.
Yes, Mr. Gilden. How can we be of service?
Well, I was interested in hiring one of your models, Donna Derringer.
Blake pulls up Guy's website, clicks on the models link, and sees Donna's pictures.
Have we spoken before?
No.
What's the project?
It's about social issues for a new media project.
Oh, we don't do new media.
It's legit.
You can't afford us.
What's the price?
Sorry, Donna's schedule's really full anyway.
You're brushing me off?
Bye.
Except
asshole.
Hippie.
Interior studio conference room day. Donna is guided into a large conference room by an exuberant assistant.
The director will be in shortly. Can I get you anything to drink? Soda, milkshake, wine?
Coffee?
On the way.
As the exuberant assistant leaves, the hot up-and-coming indie director enters.
Donna Derringer, pleased to meet you.
To shake hands, the indie director splays himself across a chair.
Great to meet you.
I'm so happy you agreed to work on this film. Now, a little backstory. Your character didn't just fall into prostitution. No, ever since she was a little girl, she dreamt of becoming a prostitute.
Wait, what?
See, she was raised in an uber Christian household, and she became obsessed with the character of Mary, not the mother of Jesus. And this obsession leads her to rebrand herself on the streets as Magdalene.
Jonah's jaw drops, speechless.
I know, right? It's one of the twists.
The indie director basks in his own genius. Exterior studio day. Donna stomps away from the studio as she speaks animatedly on her cell phone.
A prostitute. Why am I being hired for all these horrible roles?
Interior next model management, Regina's office day. Regina sits at her desk and rolls her eyes.
Donna, honey, you don't have much say when it comes to the roles you're being offered. You're a very niche talent. There just aren't a lot of options for your body type. Honestly, you just need to take whatever you're offered and be grateful.
Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Castle places a sandwich and chips in front of Donna, who's laying on the futon holding a tissue next to her red eyes.
Eat something. You'll feel better.
I'm not hungry.
You shouldn't have to play the part if you don't want to.
But Regina said I did.
Did you already sign the contract?
Yeah. I should have learned after that music video.
It seems like your agent's not being very forthcoming with you. Like she knows you'll reject certain roles if you know what they really are.
I thought she was on my side.
She's on the side of money. I think you should look into finding a new agent.
Interior the Strand bookstore day. Donna looks through the drama section of the Strand bookstore. She pulls out An Actor Prepares by Stanislavski. Interior Castle's apartment living room night. Donna reads her script in bed, brows crinkled. She switches over to An Actor Prepares, cross-referencing something. Donna puts the book down and powers up her computer. She Googles Mary Magdalene. Interior studio conference room day. Donna sits at a table with all the other actors and important executives, each with a script in front of them.
So, before we get started with the table read, does anyone have any questions?
Donna raises her hand.
Yes, Donna.
I was researching Mary Magdalene and she actually wasn't a prostitute. Some book made that up.
Everybody looks at Donna surprised.
So, you're challenging one of the very foundations of my story?
Well, it's not who she really was.
Really?
No, I mean, don't you think we should be respectful of her name?
All the other actors stare down at their scripts, not wanting to make eye contact and wishing the conversation would end. Exterior studio day. Donna listens on her phone, a sour look on her face. Interior next model management, Regina's office day. Regina is stiff and crisp as she speaks.
I don't care what your research said. When you're at a table read, you never challenge the director. You smile, say your lines, clap at the end, and exclaim how wonderful the script is and how this will be an award-winning project, blah, blah, blah. It was all I could do to convince the director to keep you on the project. Be grateful for what you've been given.
Exterior studio day. Donna paces.
Okay, sorry. I will. Bye.
Donna hangs up and snorts back tears. Her phone rings, scaring her. She sees it's Guy and picks it up immediately.
Hello?
Donna, hey, it's Guy.
I know it's you. Your name is on my phone.
Ah, I need to get out of my studio and was wondering if you'd like to join me on a nature walk in Central Park. No videos, just friends.
Now?
Yeah, if you're available.
I'd love to. I can meet you there in about 15 minutes.
Exterior Central Park day. Donna and Guy walk along a path, observing the beautiful nature.
So, tell me what you're doing now.
I got a small role in an indie movie. Not many lines, but my character is kind of important to the story.
That's great.
Yeah. And you?
Still fighting the good fight.
Both laugh.
What's the cause of the week?
Have you heard of the Mortot Corporation?
Morto? No.
Right. Neither have a lot of people, but they invest in a lot of companies who are the biggest polluters. Basically, the most evil of evils.
They reach a spot with a stunning view and stand transfixed.
Sometimes nature can be so breathtaking.
That's why we got to save it.
Interior Studio Costume Department Day. Donna stands for a fitting, being poked and prodded by the costumer. Donna's obviously not happy, but remains silent.
Make sure your agency has your correct measurements in the future.
Sorry?
I've had to take everything in
By a lot?
by enough, and I should have just made everything 2 sizes smaller to begin with.
Donna mouths the word 2 sizes in surprise. Interior Castle's apartment bathroom day. Donna gets on the scale. The dial spins upwards. Donna's eyes widen when she sees the number on the scale. Her phone rings somewhere in the apartment. She runs into the living room. Donna follows the sound of her phone, finds it, and answers.
Hello?
Donna, darling,
Regina, hi.
are you available for a dinner meeting with me tonight?
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Interior expensive NYC restaurant night. Regina and Blake sit at a corner table in one of NYC's top-rated restaurants. Blake sees Donna entering and goes to greet her. Donna sees Blake and waves. Blake puts on a huge fake smile as he approaches.
Donna, darling, so good to see you. Let me escort you to our table.
Thanks, Blake.
Donna looks around in awe at this fabulous location. Blake pulls out a chair and Donna sits.
Thanks for joining us on such short notice.
Regina catches the eye of her server, snaps, and makes a point of motioning to Donna. The server nods and goes to grab something.
Thank you for having me here. This is great.
Regina passes a basket of rolls to Donna.
I hope you're hungry.
Always.
Regina smiles and doesn't eat a roll. Blake takes one, but leaves it on his bread plate untouched. Donna is about to bite into her roll, but Regina offers her the butter plate.
Butter?
Oh, yes, thanks.
Donna takes a pat of butter and smears it onto her roll. The server arrives with a bottle of champagne. He shows Regina the label and she nods. Donna's eyes widen as the server pops the cork. She looks around conspiratorially, but Blake and Regina are stone-faced. Donna takes her cue from this and pretends she's old enough to drink. The server pours Donna a glass first.
Thank you.
The server pours glasses for Regina and Blake, then puts the bottle in a standing champagne bucket near the table and leaves. Blake raises his glass.
A toast
Regina and Donna raise their glasses.
to our newest star.
They all clink glasses and sip. Donna's face goes red from embarrassment.
Thank you. I actually wanted to talk to you about something important.
Yes.
Yes, it's about the roles I'm being offered.
Regina cocks her head, a fake pose that she's, quote, listening.
Well, it's just that I was thinking maybe I could do something that are more elegant.
Blake stifles a laugh. Regina goes into dramatic mode.
Donna, do you hate me?
Donna freezes, dumbfounded.
No?
The server brings over a huge Cobb salad and places it in front of Donna. Smaller side salads are placed in front of Regina and Blake.
I feel as if you're trying to sabotage me.
No, how? I'd just like to have assignments where I can be seen in a more positive light.
Is that why you're losing weight? Because you feel that might be the key to better roles?
Well, no, I didn't even know I'd lost weight. Did that customer call you?
Donna, this is very serious. I'm taking your weight loss as a personal affront. Please eat.
Donna obeys. It's good. She digs in as she listens to Regina.
Right now, with your weight and measurements, you've fallen out of the plus size category.
Donna puts down her fork, concerned.
Keep eating, doll.
Donna slowly begins to eat again.
Now, we all know that you'll never be able to get down to the normal size 0-2 range.
Blake nods. Donna nods.
So right now, you're in model limbo. There's no category for you. You're a normal person.
Ew, boring. So boring.
The server brings a heaping creamy pasta dish and places it in front of Donna. Nothing else is placed in front of Regina and Blake.
Well, what do I do?
Eat more. Make sure you're getting enough carbs.
Don't skimp on dessert.
Do you do a lot of walking?
Well, yeah, this is New York. Everybody walks.
Blake, buy Donna an Uber card. Donna, I don't want you walking anywhere anymore. Take Ubers, take taxis, whatever. Keep your receipt. You'll be reimbursed.
Okay, but I'm not sure that's going to be really good for my health.
Blake.
Virginia looks at Blake's briefcase on the chair. Blake pulls out Donna's contract with the agency. He hands it to Donna.
Article 3, honey.
Donna reads while Regina summarizes.
Failure to comply with all reasonable requests may result in the termination of said, that's your contract.
Donna looks sad as she hands the contract back to Blake. The server stops by the table.
Is everything okay?
Could we please have everything to go?
Certainly.
And throw in a slice of chocolate cake and a slice of cheesecake.
Ma'am.
Donna looks sick.
I can't eat both.
Beg your pardon.
I can't eat both. I'll get sick. It's too much food.
Blake exhales. He knows what's coming and scoots back from the table. Regina's hand slaps down on the table, shaking the glasses and cutlery.
You will eat both.
Donna looks scared.
You will eat both tonight and do the same again tomorrow and the next day. Time is of the essence. You will do what I say or suffer the consequences.
Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Donna eats the remains of her leftovers. Her cell phone rings. She puts it on speakerphone while she continues eating.
Hello?
Donna, it's Guy.
Hey.
I'm hosting a feast tonight at my place. We had an amazing haul last night. Would you like to join us? We'd be so honored. Bobby and Itzhak would love to see you again. They said they miss having you on the sets.
Donna looks forlorn at the answer she has to give.
Oh, that's really nice of you. I can't though. I've already made plans. Thanks for asking though. And say hi to Bobby and Itzhak for me. I missed him too.
All right. We'll be here starting at 7 if you change your mind.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Donna hangs up and looks miserable. She looks at her schedule. All you can eat buffet set for 6 p.m. Donna powers off her cell phone. She lies down in her futon, pulls a blanket up, and closes her eyes. Later, night. Castle barges in and turns on the light, waking Donna up.
Donna,
Hi.
I've been trying to call you all day. Did you get any of my messages?
No, I turned off my phone. Sorry. What happened?
Grandma Lulu died.
What? Was she ill?
Apparently. I don't know the details. There's going to be a service this weekend.
In Florida?
Yeah, where else? Your parents are going to be there. They called me when they couldn't get through to you. You better check your voice messages.
Okay, thanks.
Interior all-you-can-eat buffet night. Donna and Castle sit in a booth at the buffet restaurant. Donna has many plates of food in front of her. Castle only one.
Grandma Lulu was the only reason I was able to move to New York in the first place. I used our graduation money to buy my airplane ticket. I want to go to her funeral.
Well, so do I, but it's pretty pricey buying airline tickets at the last minute.
I've got the money. Will you come with me? I'll pay for us both.
You saved up that much?
I was going to start looking for my own place, but if you don't mind me hanging out with you a little longer, we can both go and pay our respects.
Well, no skin off my back. As you know, I'm hardly home anyway.
Great. And don't worry about paying me back. This is my treat for you putting me up all these months.
Sounds like a deal then.
Exterior Florida graveyard day. Donna, Castle, and Donna's parents stand in a circle around a fresh grave. Other friends of Grandma Lulu stand nearby, many with walkers and mobility devices.
The death certificate lists grandma's cause of death as complications due to diabetes.
She looks shell-shocked.
Well, you can't eat ice cream and cherry pies every day and expect to be healthy.
Donald, please.
I'm just speaking the truth. By the way, sweetie, you're looking more fit than I've ever seen you.
Have you lost weight?
Yes.
Well, keep it up. Don't turn into your grandma.
Donna's cell phone buzzes in her pocket. She checks it and sees it's Regina.
Excuse me for a minute. It's my agent.
Interior next model management, Regina's office day. Regina looks like a cat that ate the canary.
Donna, honey, I just booked you on the shoot of your life. You're going to be the new face of Mortal.
Exterior Mortot Corporation headquarters day. The film crew works in front of a dark cell block type building. Donna, wearing a designer business suit, sits in the center of a team of hair and makeup artists. Noise from a group of people distracts their attention.
What is going on over there?
Just ignore it. Protesters. I've heard they've been here all week.
Donna looks to the side without moving her face, trying to catch a glimpse. Sure enough, a group of environmental protesters marches towards the building with Guy in the front and Bobby and Itzat in tow.
Oh, sugar.
Donna tries to shrink down even though she's completely covered by the beauty team. The executive producer on the shoot intercepts the protesters.
I'm sorry, but we're shooting a commercial here. You will have to leave.
Yeah, commercial to get more people to buy your poison products.
Oh!
Hey, isn't that Donna?
Guy overhears it, in the direction of Bobby's indicating. Donna can no longer hide as the beauty team finishes up and disperses. Donna is out in the open, looking like a deer in the headlights.
Donna! Hey, Donna! It's okay, I know her.
Guy runs over to Donna.
Oh, hi, Guy.
What are you doing here? Did you hear about the protest or something?
Donna stares at Guy, mute. Guy realizes Donna is all dressed up with hair and makeup.
Wait, you're acting in the commercial?
I'm out of money and it's a job.
But this company stands for everything we're fighting against.
Everything you're fighting against.
I thought you were on my side. This is just sickening.
Come on, Guy. Don't be so high and mighty. What about your photography? All that equipment and the chemicals you have to use. You're not exactly leaving a great footprint there.
Wow, rich.
Guy,
Guy turns.
we have to go. They have a shooting permit to secure the area.
Defeated, Guy turns back to Donna.
You know, I'm not perfect, but I try. I really try.
Guy leaves Donna, who has tears in her eyes. Exterior NYC streets day. Donna walks home, sad and tired from the day. She sees a garbage truck making its way toward her. Then she sees something else. A Zeppelin softbox sticking out over the top of a dumpster. Donna calculates how much time she has before the dump truck reaches the dumpster and runs over to it. Donna reaches for the Zeppelin, but it is sticking up at an angle too high for Donna to reach easily. She jumps a few times, slightly grazing it. The third time she knocks it so it falls all the way down back inside of the container.
Sugar.
The dumpster is neck level high, allowing Donna to see inside when she stands on her tippy toes. The Zeppelin has a tear in one of the silver panels, hence it's being thrown out. There are a few broken down cardboard boxes underneath the Zeppelin, but no other trash.
Guy could fix that. Definitely.
The dump truck approaches with only a few more bins to pick up before it reaches Donna. Donna tries to raise herself up onto the side, but her arm strength is too weak. Next, Donna tries running and jumping, but only ends up hitting the side and propelling herself backwards. A rickety apple box sits next to a nearby door. Donna takes the box, places it to the side of the dumpster, and uses the arm brackets where the truck attaches to the bin to climb up. She sits on the ledge and leans forward toward the Zeppelin. It's just in reach. Or it was. As Donna grabs for it, it shifts and Donna falls inside the dumpster. Holding onto the Zeppelin's rear mount, Donna screams as she lands at the bottom. A pile of broken down boxes and cushions her fall. She hears the dump truck approaching. She struggles to stand on the boxes so she can get back up, but they sink under her weight.
No, help! Somebody help!
Outside the dumpster, a few pedestrians stop and look around at the sound of Donna's cries, just as the dump truck stops in front of the dumpster and moves the prongs forward to attach to it. Inside the dumpster, Donna is jolted forward as the truck makes contact.
Oh, stop! I'm inside a dumpster! Help!
The dumpster rises off the ground and Donna scrambles forward.
Stop, please, stop!
Donna waves her hands over the side of the bin. It tips forward so Donna can see into the window of the dump truck.
Stop, help me, please!
The truck driver's eyes go wide as he sees Donna and hits the emergency stop. Donna tries to steady herself as the dumpster swings back and forth. Outside the dumpster, the pedestrians all have their cell phones out, recording the scene. Exterior NYC Newsstand Day. Donna's shenanigans are front page stories on all the daily news rags with titles like Dumpster Donna and A Model Citizen and From Tony to Trashy, How Fashion Models Really Live. Donna stands in front of the newsstand, flabbergasted at the headlines. The news seller looks at her and does a double take. Donna turns away. Her phone rings. It's Regina. Donna lets out a worried breath and answers. Interior Next Model Management, Regina's office day. Regina on her speakerphone paces around her desk.
Hello.
Donna, drop whatever you're doing and get over to my office now.
Exterior NYC Newsstand Day. The news seller grabs one of the papers with Donna's picture while Donna is on her phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Donna hangs up just as the news seller comes over holding out the newspaper and a pen.
Hey, can I get your autograph?
No.
Donna stomps away. Interior Guy Studio Apartment Day. Guy clicks on the latest trending video titled Dumpster Donna, a Model Citizen. Guy watches the video in horror and alarm, then notices something. He pauses the video. Donna's hand is holding onto the damaged Zeppelin softbox. Interior Next Model Management, Regina's office day. Blake escorts Donna into Regina's office where Regina sits with a grim look on her face, reading emails.
Please shut the door and hold my calls.
Blake nods, obviously disappointed to be left out, and closes the door after he exits.
Sit.
Donna obeys. Regina throws the daily papers on the edge of her desk next to Donna facing up.
Can you please tell me what this is all about?
I saw something that I wanted in the dumpster.
You couldn't just buy the thing?
Well, it was just spur of the moment. And no, I couldn't buy it if I wanted to because I spent all my money on the plane tickets for my grandmother's funeral.
Yeah, I could have booked you for those days that you were gone. It was a very ill-timed trip.
Donna shrugs like, I couldn't help it.
Donna, this is the third damage control meeting I've had with you in as many months. Frankly, I'm getting a little tired of it, and I'm not sure I can help turn things around with this one. Everyone's sending me links to your trending video. It's gone viral, and the subject line of every email is Dumpster Donna.
That's not very elegant.
Not at all.
How long do you think it will take for people to forget about it?
Donna. Thin girls can slip up and get away with things. They will be forgiven. The fat girls can't.
That doesn't sound fair.
I can't believe you put me in this position.
Well, I apologize, but I honestly feel like I'm the one who's been put in a bad position.
I am the laughingstock of all the other agencies now.
I think everyone's laughing at me, not you.
Mertot wants to drop the campaign.
What?
They don't want to be associated with this.
I was counting on that money. I don't have anything in my bank account now. How soon before you can give me something else?
Regina stares coldly at Donna.
You can find me something else, right?
Donna, I've been put in a very unfortunate position. You've left me no option but to invoke Article 3 of your contract.
Donna waits for Regina to continue. Regina waits for Donna to understand.
Can you remind me what Article 3 is, please?
Regina thumbs through the contract, which has been on her desk all this time, stops at a page, and throws it on top of the newspapers for Donna to read.
Basically, we are releasing you from your contract.
Exterior Next Model Management Day. The building security guard holds open the door for Donna as she leaves. As soon as she's cleared the building, she starts to cry. Exterior McDonald's Day. The homeless man from Donna's first nighttime excursion stands outside McDonald's, shaking his can for money. Donna approaches the establishment, digging around the bottom of her purse for change. She pulls out a handful of coins that amount to less than $1. The homeless man sees this and approaches her.
You have any change?
No.
The homeless man looks at the coins in Donna's hands.
Then what's that?
Donna looks at him with sad rage and clasps her hands over her coins.
That's all the money I have.
He turns and runs to a nearby bench crying. The homeless man goes back to his post by the fast food restaurant's door. The fashionable man and woman exit the restaurant, ignoring the homeless man. The stick-thin woman holds a carton of French fries. They walk past the bench, and Donna overhears their conversation.
I can't believe you ordered French fries.
I haven't had anything to eat all day.
You're gonna get fat.
One order of fries is not going to make me fat.
And you call yourself a model.
This stops the woman in her tracks. The two have a stare-off. Her eyes start watering. The man is obviously uncomfortable with this display of emotion.
Give those to me.
The woman hands the carton to the man. He dumps them on top of the already overflowing trash can next to Donna.
Let's go.
The man stomps away with the woman following sulkily behind. Donna seems incensed, forgetting about her own troubles for the moment. She looks back at the carton of fries sitting on the top of the trash can and fishes it out. She stuffs a handful of fries in her mouth. The homeless man sees this.
Gross.
5-second rule.
Donna leaves the bench and stomps away in the opposite direction of the homeless man. She holds one fry up in her hand as if flipping him off. Interior Castle's apartment, kitchen day. Castle opens the refrigerator door to expose an empty refrigerator as she calls to Donna in the living room.
Have you eaten anything today?
Prize.
Castle sighs and closes the door. Living room. Castle enters the living room.
Is that all?
Donna is invisible underneath the futon covers.
I'm kind of broke.
When's your next gig?
Donna uncovers herself.
The agency fired me today, Cass.
Because of the whole Dumpster Donna thing?
Donna nods. Castle sits down and puts an arm around her.
It's not the end of the world. You just have to let it blow over and you can find another agency.
I don't know if I really like working for an agency. I don't really like the things I've been modeling for.
Do you want to try a real job for a while? I can ask Hawk if he needs some extra help back at the gallery, at least until you're back on your feet.
Thanks, but I think I'll try to find something on my own.
Dear Ancient Artisans Day. Donna passes the antique store Guy had taken her to the day they shot their first vlog together. A help wanted sign is taped to the inside window. Donna pauses, thinks about it, then turns around and walks back. Interior Ancient Artisans Day. A little bell rings and the front door opens. Guy walks in. Donna, who is working in a side aisle, sees Guy and freezes. Guy walks up to the counter where he's greeted by the owner.
Oh, welcome, Guy. You here for the softbox?
Yeah, and thanks so much for calling me. I must have asked you for it a lifetime ago.
It's my business to make note of all customer requests. Donna.
Donna, who's been slowly making her way to the back of the store, cringes.
Yes.
Would you please grab the box in the back for Guy Gilden?
Yes, right away.
Guy tries to spy the assistant. Could it be his same Donna, the one who hated antique stores? Donna appears with a box. Her eyes meet Guy's. Guy smiles big.
Hi.
Hi.
The bell rings again.
You can ring him up.
The antique store owner goes to greet the new customer.
I saw you in the paper the other week.
Don't be a jerk.
I saw what you were holding.
Guy opens the box, revealing the Zeppelin softbox.
Yeah, I guess the owner here did too. Tracked it down for you after he saw the photos.
Were you trying to get it for me?
What would I do with it?
And now you're here. Donna, I'm sorry.
No, Guy, I'm the one who should be sorry. I was really kind of a jerk.
Oh, I wasn't exactly Prince Charming myself. Can you forgive me?
Can you forgive me?
They both smile at each other, forgiven. Guy's eyes twinkle.
Any interest in coming to tomorrow night's trash tour?
Exterior NYC Union Square night. The group of freegans gathers. Guy smiles in the direction of the subway exit. Bobby and Itzad turn to look. Donna climbs up the stairs from the subway station and joins the group. Bobby gives Donna a big hug. Exterior NYC bakery night. The group stops at the bakery as Guy gives him his spiel to the new attendees.
Baked fresh this morning. Thrown out fresh tonight.
The young student opens a bag and doesn't find anything to his liking. He leaves the bag open and walks to the next.
Hey, as a courtesy to the bakery owners, once we've opened a bag, we need to close it back up. Otherwise, they'll ban us from taking things.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And we also try to leave things better than we found them.
Donna shows him neatly tying back up the bag, and the young student does a double take, recognizing her.
No way. Score.
The young student takes out his cell phone and starts recording Donna. Guy notices and quietly walks over to the student.
What are you doing?
That's the fat model who was found in a dumpster. She's famous.
Guy places his hand over the cell phone's camera lens.
Stop shooting, please.
The student looks upset, but stops.
Erase the file.
The student looks conflicted, holds his ground.
No.
Guy swiftly grabs the cell and deletes the files before the student can stop him.
Hey!
Guy hands back the phone.
Please leave the tour.
Guy and the young student have a stare off. Everyone else is watching them now, unaware of what just happened.
Everything's all right?
This young gentleman recognized you and was trying to record you on the tour.
Donna looks at the young student, who looks ashamed.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think you should do it.
What?
I'm not under contract anymore, and if showing me in a video taking part in a trash tour will help get the word out, why not?
The young student gives Guy a self-satisfied look.
Think about it. Is this what you really want?
Donna nods to the young student and indicates that he should start recording. Others in the group follow suit.
Hello, everybody. This is Dumpster Donna coming at you from a trash tour in Lower Manhattan. Why don't you join me tonight for some educational and enlightening information?
Guy watches, proud of Donna, and smiles. Exterior NYC grocery night. Donna pulls out produce from garbage bags by a grocer's. Almost half of the trash tour attendees point cameras at her as she describes the still edible items inside. Exterior NYC Union Square night. Back at Union Square, the night's hall is laid out on a big blanket. Bobby and Itzet put the finishing touches on the spread so it is visually appealing.
Okay, ready?
They move away and Guy gives Donna the thumbs up. All the cameras are rolling.
This is all the edible food we found tonight, a massive amount. And this is not a special night, it's a typical night.
Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Donna and Guy pull up a YouTube search for videos from the previous night's trash tour. About half a dozen appear. Guy nods his head, impressed.
Whoa.
Yeah, you definitely know how to get publicity.
Donna has a eureka moment.
Hey, Guy,
Huh?
would you still be interested in working with me?
Like on vlogs?
Yeah, I think I'd like to start a channel.
Make a series?
It's like you're reading my mind.
I'm way ahead of you.
Montage. Exterior landfill day. Guy shoots footage of Donna at the landfill. Interior thrift store day. Guy shoots footage of Donna selecting used clothing from a thrift store. Exterior farmer's market day. Guy shoots footage of Donna holding up a jar of organic honey while bees fly around her. Interior ancient artisans day. Guy shoots footage of Donna at the antique store. The owner beams in the background. Exterior bakery night. Guy shoots footage of Donna with the Freegans pulling perfectly good bread out of trash bags. Interior Bobby and Itzat's apartment night. Tens of people attend the next Freegan feast at Bobby and Itzat's, including Castle and Hawk. Guy shoots footage of Donna describing the dishes. End montage. Interior YouTube Studios day. Donna dressed to the nines in the thrift store finds seen earlier walks authoritatively onto the YouTube Studios soundstage. Guy, Castle, Hawk, Itzat, and Bobby are already buzzing around. The Zeppelin softbox illuminates the set. Guy greets Donna in the studio with a hug. Donna blushes, then flutters her hands, trying to calm herself.
Why am I so nervous all of a sudden?
Because you're doing something that's really important to you.
Donna nods her head at the truth in this.
You've got this. Places.
Guy walks behind a camera while Donna moves into a lit set and sits behind a desk. Hawk puts the finishing touches on a repurposed backdrop. Castle helps. Before disappearing from the set, Castle gives Donna a quick kiss on the cheek and then emits a high-pitched squeal of excitement. Bobby fusses with Donna's clothing, making sure everything drapes properly. Then she smooths out any stray hairs and does a dusting of powder to Donna's face. Itzat approaches with some props and sets them next to the desk in reachable distance to Donna.
Here are your props.
Donna takes inventory of the items with her eyes while keeping still during Bobby's primping.
Is the princess ready?
Bobby concludes her makeover and she dashes off the set with "It's at." Donna looks happy but nervous. She looks over to her friends on the sideline. They give Donna the thumbs up.
Good to go?
Donna lets out an excited scream.
Oh,
I'll take that as a yes. And action.
Donna transforms in an instant to a confident, personable host. She speaks directly to the camera.
hello, everyone. Welcome to Dumpster Donut Presents, coming to you from New York City. Ever wonder why New York City is nicknamed the Big Apple? Well, in this episode, you'll find out. And you'll also find out all about apples and their many uses. Even when you think they're ready to be thrown away, stay tuned.
Interior Guy's studio apartment day. Guy and Donna watch the end of the video from his computer.
This is Dumpster Donut signing out. And as always, love yourself, love your planet.
An animated logo and theme music conclude the segment. Donna and Guy look at each other, completely satisfied with the results.
Ready to get more subscribers?
I'm ready to get more converts.
Then here we go.
Guy drags the movie file into the YouTube upload box. It begins processing. Interior Next Model Management, Blake's cubicle day. Blake, bored, browses through the internet. He clicks on the YouTube link and scrolls down on his homepage, stops. Blake leans into his screen to see better. YouTube's recommendation banner, creators to watch, as Dumpster Donna presents in its top spot. Blake seems horrified and impressed.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Blake clicks on the link and Donna's video loads. Blake immediately clicks on the subscribe button. Blake looks around to make sure no one witnessed this naughty act. Exterior NYC Union Square night. It's the end of another trash hour. Donna and Guy are wrapping up.
And don't forget to subscribe to Dumpster Donut Presents.
Already have.
Thanks.
Thanks.
They high-five each other. Interior Hawkeye's Gallery night. Another art showing at Hawk's Gallery. Hawk talks to a reporter while a fan vlogs.
The reason I chose to focus on recycled items for this show is
Because of Dumpster Donna?
Hawk stops and stares daggers at the fan.
You know her, right? She had her first professional photo shoot taken here.
Castle, who overhears, comes over and links arms with the fan.
I can give you the inside scoop on Dumpster Donna. She's my cousin.
The fan immediately stops shooting Hawk, all his attention on Castle now.
Really?
Yeah, come with me.
Castle escorts the fan away from Hawk and the reporter. Hawk rolls his eyes and proceeds.
anyway, as I was saying.
Interior Castle's apartment living room day. Donna checks her computer. Dumpster Donna Presents has over 100,000 subscribers. Donna gets. Interior Guy studio apartment night. Guy looks at his computer with glee.
Holy scheisse.
The subscriber count is almost at 1 million. Guy turns in his chair.
Pop it now.
Donna removes a bottle of champagne from an ice bucket. Guy's apartment is decorated festively in recycled New Year's paraphernalia. Everyone is there. Hawk, Castle, Bobby, It's At, and the young student, the fan, even Blake. Donna pops the cork and Bobby and Castle bring over flutes to catch the already overflowing bottle.
This is it. We're going to do it.
Castle takes over pouring duties while Donna runs to the computer. The sounds of the New Year's countdown can be heard from Guy's open window. As the subscriber count inches forward, the end of year seconds countdown, the group inside joins in.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Donna Presents hits 1 million subscribers.
1. Happy New Year!
Donna and
Yay!
Guy scream and jump into each other's arms. They toast to their success, clinking glasses and drinking champagne. Insert the tagline ending from Dumpster Donna Presents.
This is Dumpster Donut signing out. And as always, love yourself, love your planet.
Fade out.